Welcome to our show. The next hour brings entertainment and information to those of you who are young at heart. Here are your hosts, Lynn Peterson and Al Jones.
Fairy tales can come true. It can happen to you if you're young at heart.
Ho, 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 and the holidays are definitely here. What do you think, Al?
Ho, ho. You know what they say. Ho, 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 and a bottle of rum. Can't say that, though, can you?
Yeah, you can.
I
We're
can?
on Young at Heart.
Oh, Young at Heart.
And
for the seniors.
We so welcome you back for this edition of Young at Heart with myself, Lynn Peterson, and
Al Jones.
Yeah.
Yes.
We ask
Al
him every
Jones.
time, make sure you still know your name.
Yes, I know my name.
Sure enough, you do.
Yes, I do. So far.
So far.
If I forget, you remind me.
I will. Did you stay for the fireworks on Saturday?
No, I didn't stay for the fireworks. I had a little problem there, and so I had to get out of there.
I don't know if y'all knew, but this past Saturday, I think it was put on by the town, right, Scott?
Yes. Yeah, by the town. It was beautiful, though.
It was, and my goodness gracious, they had most of the skate park closed down and half of the park and showing. I thought, wow, this is going to be as nice as the one on 4th of July.
Yes, it was very nice. There was
Yes, it
singing.
was. Lots of music, lots of
things like
Christmassy
you even
stuff.
sang a song.
I sang several songs.
You did.
You
And
just
I
caught the last song.
I caught the last song that you sang, and I said, "Hey, that's beautiful. That's my co-host Lynn." I said that, and I applaud.
Did you?
Sure,
Thank you. I thought I heard one applause out there.
you did.
Good.
Hey, listen. One thing before you start, I want to tell you.
What's going on?
I found this out, and I didn't realize this. Nye County is the 14th on the list of U.S. most economically stressed counties. Can you believe that?
That's
We're
amazing.
14. But where do you think most of them are, the others? Where?
Stressed? I
Yeah.
would think like California.
You're
Really?
right.
Am I?
Yes.
And I didn't cheat. I really
No,
did
you
not look
didn't
down at
cheat.
the list.
No.
But
Can-
I was
can you believe
surprised. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
I can't believe, though, Tennessee is stressed. It's the most laid-back southern town I know of.
That's right.
Where is Lauderdale County, Tennessee?
I don't know.
I'm going to have to ask my dad. He'll
Yeah.
be able to tell me.
Isn't that something?
Amazing. Wow.
It's
And
hard to
Nevada
believe.
is number 14 out of 20. That's pretty
Yeah.
sad.
Yes.
So do we see any recovery from that, or
Well-
do we see any changes coming up? Who
Well,
knows?
I'm using my yes.
I hope
it's
so.
going to happen.
But until then, we'll just have fun on Young at Heart and
Yes,
keep
we will.
everybody de-stressed on this show.
Yeah, we can do that.
And we've got some great guests on our show. But first, there's some senior center activities coming up for the holidays, so I thought you all would like to know out there. Wednesday, December 15th at 1 p.m., the Nye County Starlets Christmas performance. They were out at the park on Saturday, too. They had a booth out there. So they'll be performing at the senior center on Wednesday the 15th. Now today, which y'all will probably get this show next Monday, doesn't really
Right.
count, so we won't tell you what's going on. Friday the 17th, the very own senior center, Gino Carroll Christmas people are going to be singing. I don't know, it says our very own Gino Carroll Christmas songs. So maybe
Yeah.
they're making up their own Gino songs. Is that an
Could be.
Italian thing? Anybody know?
It could be.
It
It
could
could
be
be an
Italian.
Italiano.
No,
eh?
it'll be fun though.
Oh, okay.
And Wednesday, the 22nd at 1 p.m. at the Senior Center, they're going to have the Sun Country Cloggers, and they're also going to be doing a Christmas performance.
That's great.
So that'll be a lot of fun. And on their regular list, you know, they've got things going on, like again, the 16th, they've got exercise classes going on, poker and bridge on the 17th. Poker at 12:30 and bridge at 12:30. Hopefully not together, but
I'm
that might make an
exercising.
interesting game. Who knows? But we'll keep you posted as events come up. Come up
Yeah.
now
Listen,
and then on the seniors.
listen. You and I are going to have to do a Christmas carol next week.
I know we will.
We will do
So that
a
would be in
duet.
time for Christmas.
Yeah. Me, 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 me.
Oh
What
Lord.
key?
What do you think, Woody? Does he have any
I don't know. What are you getting me for Christmas?
what am I?
We're singing.
Anyway, well, speaking of singing, we have the wonderful Woody Woods, who was on our program about a month ago, and he brought his beautiful keyboard again, and he and I are going to sing a few.
Sounds
Or
good.
I'm going to sing, he's going to play, I don't know.
Yay. Sounds
And
good.
we do have, who else on the show? We have our fire marshal.
For chief.
Chief.
Leave a marshal. He's a chief. The marshal is the state. Come on. The
Well,
fire chief.
I was giving him a raise.
Yeah, okay.
You'd like that one? No? Oh.
Yeah.
Well, he's going to be on the show too, talking about fire safety at Christmas time.
That's
So, and so much more coming up. So we are glad that you're here, and we'll stay with us. What else? What are you looking
don't
at?
forget the
winery.
So far, we're going to do that. The nugget.
Nugget.
I
Oh.
did a thing on that.
Do
And
we
did
have
a memory lane.
Rick
We're going to do that.
on too for the Golden Nugget?
Yeah,
He's
we're going to
the
do all that kind of
new
good
manager.
thing. Yay!
All right.
We did an interview.
Stay with
him,
us.
so-
We'll be right back.
Right.
Fairy tales can come true.
Welcome back to the show, folks. That's Young at Heart. That is, I'm Al Jones, your host. And of course, with me is the one and only Fire Chief, Scott Lewis.
How are
Welcome
you?
to the show.
It's good to see you.
Nice to see you. Chief is here to talk about Christmas fire safety. And, all of us need to know some things at Christmas time because, you have Christmas trees and some things you don't know what to do. So why don't you start us off and tell us some of the things that we need to know?
Sure. This time of season brings a lot of different fire hazards to the forefront for us. Number one, we have electrical related issues that we can have almost throughout the entire year. However, as we add additional Christmas lights and different loads onto those systems, we can create additional hazards. Also with cooking, we have the family over for a nice family dinner at Christmas time or Christmas Eve. We also have considerations for fireplace safety, wood burning stoves, things like that.
On the fireplace, and I notice a lot of people use wood. And when I go to someone's house who have a fireplace with wood, I have that smell there. That doesn't mean that the smoke is coming into the house, does it?
Not necessarily. Times where you can actually have smoke coming back into your residence, obviously if the damper is closed, or if you're getting an inversion effect from the outside environment where you're getting too much wind, it's actually going across the top of the chimney and can actually force that back down through pressure and start bringing it back into the environment. But it's something you definitely would be mindful of. You can actually see those conditions forming. It usually comes out and it'll start forming at the top of the ceiling.
Oh, okay.
So something to look forward to. And we've had those cases thus far this year. Yeah, we've had at least 2 fireplace or wood burning devices within residences that have started fires.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's something to be very, very aware of. What I have today also for you is 2 examples of the electrical type of issues that we're experiencing. As we put more and more Christmas lights, Christmas decorations onto our houses, there's a certain amount of amperage and voltage that our houses are designed to carry. And as you can see here, this is a really good example of what can happen when we overload an electrical system, this being an extension cord. This extension cord was not totally uncoiled, and a large draw was placed on the receiving end of it. As a result, it actually broke down and actually melted to the flooring and started some loose material on fire within the structure. Fortunately, we were there in a very timely fashion, so the structure remained intact. However, you can see what the hazards are. Not only do we have a fire-related hazard, but there's also an electrical shock hazard because a lot of the lines here are exposed, and if that is still connected to a source, you're going to have a problem. These do not always trip a GFI.
Okay.
So depending if it's a dead short versus a ongoing serious electrical short, it may not trip that circuit or the circuit breaker.
Tell them what the GFI, because I think in our houses and buildings we have in the room, it's like a sort of reset button. That's what a GFI is.
It is.
Mainly, yeah.
It's a ground fault interruption.
Right.
And basically it's for those outlets that are prone to moisture. Usually see them in a kitchen environment, a bathroom, or a garage. Sometimes you'll see them on the outside of the house, but more often than not is to detect a ground fault short, and then it'll trip and thus eliminating the electrical through the line.
Because this is something I figure that folks need to know. Even though they see that in their kitchen, in their washroom, that they don't, what is that? What is that for? And that's good to know.
Yeah, there's a number of different safety features built into every home. There's the circuit breaker box, there's the main panel box, and in most cases there's GFIs. So those are to trip at certain cases, but not every electrical related issue will actually trip those circuit breakers, and you have to be aware of that.
Now I see you brought another little
I did.
socket that I can see. Wow.
This is a typical wall outlet that you can purchase about any hardware store. And as you can see, the one side of it is burned away. And there's significant heat that's placed on this. This is called series arcing.
Right.
And what happens is when you have a bad connection in this area, you can actually get carbon buildup. That carbon it doesn't even necessarily have to move a lot, but the carbon can attract, it can attain temperatures which in fact will start melting the material and thus causing a fire.
Wow.
So that's series arcing, and we see a lot of that with our homes out here in Prom.
Wow, a lot of that. Now, some of the safety rules that we need to know about when there is a fire and what to do, how to get out of the house, those kinds of things. Go to the floor and kinds of things like this. So you might kind of give us a general idea of how, especially us seniors, you know.
Sure. Sure, absolutely. The first thing we want to do as a family is collectively create the fire plan. What is the best means to get out of your house and egress out? Where is the meeting place going to be? And really, really important, which we see over and over again here in Prump, is that nobody calls 911. They try and handle or manage the situation on their own until the point they realize they're no longer able to do that. So we need to make sure that 911 is notified immediately. We want to make sure that the escape route is followed. You want to make sure that the family meets at those pre-designated areas and make sure everyone's accounted for.
Wow.
Now, some of the things that help us is to make sure that we have appropriately working smoke detectors. There's hardwire, there's battery, there's a hardwire with battery backup. We want to make sure that the batteries are in those detectors and they're operating. We want to make sure that if there is an illuminated method that you're going to be using, that maybe have night lights and things like that to help you. Because when you smoke, as you know, the smoke will come down to the ground level very, very quickly. And so you want to stay low, but you want to still be able to manage your way out.
Right.
So anything that would help us do that. Having phones and such that you can call and take with you to dial 911. And also the thing you and I talked about a little bit ago was fire extinguishers.
Oh, yes, yes.
ABC fire extinguishers strategically placed in certain parts of your home can make a huge difference. You might want to consider putting one in your master bedroom closet so that if there's a fire in yours in the middle of the night and you're asleep, you don't want to have to race to a kitchen or possibly a garage to try and have access to one. So have a good ABC fire extinguisher that can handle multiple different types of fires, and you go and take that and you use it during your escape.
Right. What about putting fires out? Sometimes people use wrong materials to put fires out.
We see that a lot with stovetop fires where we have a grease fire that's well involved on top and someone will place water. The best way to do it is, if you can do it safely, is to take a lid, turn the heat off, slide the pan off the heat source, and just gently put a lid over it, if you can possibly do that. If it's an oven-related fire, let's say you had a big Thanksgiving dinner, there was some gravy that dripped out, and you forgot to clean it, you reignited that oven in preparation for another meal, and you notice there's flame at the bottom of that oven. The best thing to do is turn the oven off, keep the door shut. It'll keep that flame within the confines of the oven, and then call us.
Yeah. What about LED lights? Candle lights. I know we talked about candles, and the other thing, maybe you might, talk about also. I think we talked about the idea of turning off appliances when you leave the house.
Yeah, people are under the misconception that if you have the appliance turned off, that it's no longer a hazard. And that's not true. Any appliance that's actually plugged in still has electricity going to it. So we've had there's some recalls on some flat screen televisions and some other things like that that have been attributing to fires across the country. And people say, well, my TV wasn't on. Well, it's still plugged in, it's still energized.
Wow, that's true. Now these LED candles, lights, are those good?
The LEDs are very good as far as the amperage draw. It's very, very low, so you don't have as much current flowing through. But I will tell you, with this particular wall socket that I showed earlier, this had an LED light plugged into it, and it still had a fire event.
Wow.
So it wasn't as much the LED light as it was the wiring connecting to the LED light. So it's something to keep in mind.
Right.
But as many appliances that you can unplug during any time period is the best thing to do. Things like coffee makers and such, if you're not using them, unplug them for the duration. I know the timers, those issues.
Which is true. Now, I think we also talked about, especially, we seniors coming out of the house, and like you say, you need a plan to come out of the house. Now, should I always stay low because you got smoke, which is above there?
Sure.
And I should know the way to the easiest way out of the house.
Absolutely. You want to know the quickest and easiest route out. You want to stay as low as possible because, as we know, the superheated air and gases travel towards the highest point. So if you have let's say a 10-foot ceiling, for example, that's where the smoke's going to start accumulating that in the superheated gases, and it's going to start banking down. So the cooler, fresh air is at the lowest levels,
right.
And so that's where you want to be to make sure that you don't become overcome on your egress.
Right. So the first thing we should do, folks, is to call 911 first for the fire. That's the first thing you should do. and then maybe try to get out of the house.
Or if you can do both at the same time.
I'm going out of the house.
Exactly. I think the point is more that people have a tendency to try and go re-enter the structure.
Right.
Don't.
And absolutely don't do that.
Don't do that.
Once you're outside, you're in a safe area, stay outside. We'll be there, but again, we have to know there's a problem. So if you don't notify us and tell us there's a problem, we're going to have that delay, and that's the last thing we want.
Right. Well, Chief, I really appreciate you
Thank
coming
you, Al.
here.
It's always a pleasure.
Yeah, and sharing this information, because I think every year we need this kind of information so that we don't, especially those seniors, don't, well, the youngsters too, don't do that.
Absolutely.
Thanks again. I want to
Thank
wish you
you.
a Merry Christmas.
You too. Thanks.
All right, folks, stay tuned. You're watching Young at Heart. We shall return after these messages.
Fairy tales can come true.
Welcome back to the Young at Heart show. I am here in what appears to be the lovely forest or the woods of Mount Charleston. So, I'm all bundled up for the weather. And with me today, I've got the wonderful Woody Woods.
Hey, hey, hey.
Hey, he's
Hey,
back.
hey.
It's nice to have you back here on the show.
It's great to be here.
Yeah,
Great to
and
be
we're going to
here.
talk about some of the events that are coming up with you, and
Okay.
and also your music, and we're going to also give you a little bit of Christmas cheer. So we want to be able to do a few tunes for the folks out there,
Okay, I
get
know
them
a
into
few.
the Christmas spirit and all that. You know a few?
A few.
Do you need to be led into it, or can you kind of wing it? Are you my wingman?
What's going to be our first tune, and that'll tell you.
Well, I thought we could talk about Let It Snow, since we're out here in the
Aha.
woods. So it'd be lovely to do it. Oh, the weather outside is frightful, but my dear, it's so delightful. And if we've no place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Well, a dozen so signs of stopping, and I brought some corn for popping. Turn the lights way down low. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. When we finally kiss goodnight, how I hate going out in the snow. But if you will just hold me tight, all the way home I'll be warm. Oh, the fire is slowly dying, and my dear, we're still goodbying. If you know the place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Take it away, Woody boy. Again. It sure is warming up in here. When we finally kiss goodnight, how I hate going out in that snow. But if you will just hold me tight, all the way home I'll be warm. While the fire is slowly dying, and my dear, we're still goodbying. And if you've no place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. It's snowing. Woo! That fire is warming me up, boy, let me tell you.
Smoking.
It's a smoking fire out here in the woods. What do you?
Why am I sweating in the snow?
I have no, but try wearing this and singing
that's
at
scary.
the same
That's
time.
scary.
Okay, we'll
That's
just
scary.
here,
That's
horsey,
scary.
take it away. All I can say is we sure do have fun when we're on the show.
Oh, I'm telling you the truth.
Yeah,
That's why when Pat calls, I come.
that's right, absolutely. And do you have anything going on right now for the Christmas season, or what projects?
Well, this weekend I'll be up in the Bay Area,
Oh, nice.
Oakland. I'll be. We're recording another song on the gospel group that I'm working with, the Mighty Men of Faith.
Oh, love it.
And so we're going to have a good time not only recording the song. We'll probably work on a video while I'm up there. And one of the guys is a chef, and his seafood is just way past fabulous, just way past. So I'm sure we'll do that. And then the 1st of January, I go to Canada, to Halifax, Nova Scotia, and work with my choir up there. And we'll be doing a Martin Luther King concert and Black History Month concert, and I'll be working on a couple of documentaries for CBC Radio.
Wonderful. And, now, what you're going to be doing in San Francisco, will that eventually be on a CD available to people?
Yes, it'll be out. We want to have it out probably by Valentine's Day.
Lovely.
Yeah, it'll be on Facebook because, I stay on Facebook.
Absolutely. Facebook is the great way to go nowadays. It seems to be keeping in touch, and that's how Woody and I have stayed in touch and had so much fun doing things together, and that's what we're hoping to bring back to the Valley here in Pahrump.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we are available for private gigs or even public gigs. We'll work for money and food.
Yeah, we used to work for the Mafia, right?
Oh, yeah, for the Mafia. But it's always fun to have Woody on board, and I think we should do another song. What do you think?
Okay, which song should we do?
Probably, how about
the Christmas song?
The Christmas song.
Just because I might know that one.
Yeah, let's hope it's in the right key. Little Let It Snow is a little high, too, huh? No, we're great. Everything's great. Chestnuts roasting on an open fire, Jack Frost nipping at your nose, Yuletide carols being sung by a choir, and folks dressed up like Eskimos. Everybody knows a turkey and some mistletoe will help to make the season bright. Tiny tots with their eyes all aglow will find it hard to sleep tonight. They know that Santa's on his way. He's loaded lots of toys and goodies on his sleigh, and every mother's child is gonna spy to see if reindeer really know how to fly. And so I'm offering this simple phrase to kids from 1 to 92. Although it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas to
Yeah, I had a good time. It was good for me.
Was that
Yes.
good for you?
Yeah,
That was good for me. It's a little different singing to Cameron without the microphone right there and all the sound effects and all that. But it's so much fun being out here in the forest.
That's
in Mount
right.
Charleston.
In the snow.
In the snow, enjoying it. It puts me in the mood for Christmas. How about you?
Same here. Same here.
Yeah. Do you have any old traditions, Christmas traditions that you like?
My favorite, it wouldn't to most people be a real Christmas tradition, but I have friends. I have a lot of friends from New Orleans. And one family in particular, in fact, Lynn Stevens' family, the father cooks gumbo every Christmas.
Love your gumbo. Yeah. I've had your gumbo.
Oh,
so
his
I
is
can
better
imagine.
than mine. His is better than mine.
Wow.
It's just, it's
so that's
it's
kind of like a
unbelievable.
tradition for you.
Yeah,
as
that's their Christmas
the New
tradition.
Orleans gumbo.
Is homemade gumbo.
Yeah.
And what they have left over, they freeze and have a little later New Year's Eve. So,
there you go. What a great tradition.
So
is
I
that?
love that one.
Absolutely. And we will be back. We're so glad to have you here with us.
I'm glad to be here.
And we're going to play a little more piano as we take you out to this commercial. So we'll be right back. Okay, Al, this is your turn to sing. Come on over here. We're leaving. See you here. Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright.
Almost.
Key of L there, folks.
It was the key of Al.
Well, we're going to get it there, honestly,
Yes,
because
it's a work in progress.
That's right. Welcome back to the singing. That was
Is that
beautiful.
what we call it? Anyway,
That was beautiful, though.
thank you very much.
Yes.
That was fun singing with Woody. It's been a while, and
Yes.
I really enjoyed that. And we've got some other great guests coming up, do we not?
Yes.
Yes, we do.
Memory lane?
Memory lane. We're not talking about our memory lane.
No,
We're talking
no.
about the business memory lane. Michael Cooney, who was on our show earlier in the season.
That's right.
He's got this great Lowry organ that he plays, and he can show you how to learn how to play it.
That's right.
Plus, a nice little giveaway. Let's go to that interview.
Welcome back to the show, folks. Young at Heart. And I am your co-host, Al Jones. And we have with us now Michael Cooney. Michael Cooney is a musician extraordinaire. Is that true?
All right.
You're all right. Put him on the spot, huh?
Yes, he is.
Okay, tell us something about what you do, Michael.
Well, for 11 years now, I have taught retired people how to play music for a fun hobby, as something to do in retirement. There's a lot of people that, some of them have a little music experience. Maybe they played an instrument as a child. Maybe they picked up an instrument and had to put it down because they were raising a family or got involved in a career, but now they're retired, now they have the time, and it's something they've always wanted to do, and I make that dream come true for them. So I love
Is
it.
this something difficult for the seniors?
A lot of instruments actually take a lot of practice to learn how to play, but what we do is completely different. We do easy play music. And with easy play music, you don't have to know how to read music. You don't have to have any experience whatsoever. You just have to be someone that really just likes to listen to music and have a desire to do it. And with the way we teach and the instruments that we use, it's a piece of cake.
Wow. Well, give us some idea about what goes on when you're teaching, the seniors this kind of music or this kind of play, I should say, with the instrument.
With the actual learning process?
Yes, sir.
Well, the first thing I always show them really is how easy play music works. It's very easy to read. We print the notes nice and large because most of our students are retired, and the letters are printed right inside of the notes. So they don't have to know how to read music. If they can read here that this is G, C, B, and they look down here, all the instruments have the letters printed across, they're just matching it up, so it's a piece of cake.
Wow. Well, give us just a little idea about, a little thing playing here, and maybe I, the senior, can pick this up. What do you think?
I think you can, and I have a special song just for you.
Uh-oh.
This is in honor of Veterans Day.
in the Marine Corps.
I heard you mention it earlier.
But oh boy, he's good ear.
Try it out.
Huh?
Give it a shot.
Try it.
No,
What do you
try
mean?
it.
No, I don't try that yet. But he didn't show me exactly how you do that. Yeah. Well, he said something like that, but I mean, I probably could play a little something. I mean,
It's
but
medication kicking in.
yeah, medication kicked in. But I probably could do it. I mean,
You
that's good.
absolutely could do it. In 11 years,
Mhm.
I haven't had a single person that if they wanted to do it, they couldn't do it.
Wow.
Our hobby is not about talent or
Mhm.
skill. It's just about having a love of music. We've made it so simple with the way the Easy Play music is written. Everything's color coded, and you just match the letters up, and you can play any style of music. If you like big band, jazz, ballroom music, classical music, rock and roll, country, anything really.
Wow. Now you teach classes. I understand.
We teach classes, they're group classes. That's a huge part of this hobby. It's very much unlike taking a music lesson. We do group classes, everybody comes together, and it's so much fun to see them all come, different walks of life, different backgrounds, different careers, but they all have this desire to play some music, and we all get together and we tell jokes, we have potlucks and parties, and it's just a real fun social time. But it's all centered around this hobby of learning music.
Very good. I understand that also that you have something you're going to give away. How does that going to work? There's something about a little organ you're going to.
Yeah, I wanted to do something special for all your viewers. We have this cute little keyboard. This is really how everybody gets started in the hobby. Is this an instrument here? And if they call in, they can put their name in and enter to win it, and we're going to give one away to one of your viewers. So I thought it would be a real fun thing to do.
Give them the telephone number where they would call.
Yes, if they want to call in, the number is 702-445-2410. Again, that's 702-445-2410. Just call in, give us your name, your phone number. We'll put your name in the drawing. And if you're a finalist, we'll give you a call.
Wow, that's good. Now, what is the first thing that you teach, when you have your class together with the seniors?
It's very much like a typing class. If anybody's ever taken a typing class, which I took a few in school, the first thing they show you is really where to put your hands. And that's the first thing we show everyone, is just where to put your hands. And they learn their first song on the very first day. It takes about 3 minutes to teach the first song.
Wow.
It's very fun, very simple. With our hobby, it's very special, and it's a unique hobby in that it's always there for you. 24 hours a day, rain or shine, whether you're feeling great or whether you're feeling a little bit under the weather, you can always play music. You can always sit down and play some songs. So it's very special.
Very special. For a minute, well, I tell you what I want to do here. I want you to show me just one thing that you think Big Al can do.
Sure.
Maybe, and we'll see. Now, you got to understand that...
And the crowds roar.
And the crowds roar, yeah. Right.
I'll tell you what.
Well, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's good. See, I want to learn this. See, so where am I? Oh, no, this way. This way. That way. I wanna
Probably
learn
over
this.
there. That's good.
Okay.
So here's the Easy Play music. The first thing I'll show you just real quick is where to put your hand. So we're just going to focus on the right hand for now. That's where you get started.
Okay.
So take your thumb and place it on the C.
Okay.
And then one finger per white key after that. So this will go on the next one, which is the D. Right here, the white key.
On the D.
E, F, and G. So your fingers are on C, D, E, F, and G.
Right.
Can you read the letters there?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to play your first song. You haven't really... Was this a lesson? No, it was just a quick little show you where
A
to
quick
put your
one,
hands,
right. Just a quick one.
So I'll call out the letters. They're printed across here.
Right.
And all you have to do is play the letters as I call them out. So
Okay.
let's start, whenever you're ready, start with the E.
I'm ready.
Let's start with the E. There you go. And that's it. You played your first song.
Yay!
And believe it or not, that is pretty much how it goes with everyone.
That's
mean,
it.
That's how we get started.
Yeah.
And you learn your first song right away. Actually, in my beginner's program, it's a 6-week program. You learn 6 songs in 6 weeks. So you're learning a new song each week, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Is this very expensive?
Not at all. Actually, the classes are less than $10 a week.
Wow.
So if you were to go hire a private music teacher, if
Yes.
anybody's checked into that, it's about $50 an hour.
Right.
Could be a little more. It's less than $10 a week to come and have some fun with us and learn music as a hobby.
Tell. I'm getting ready to say that. I mean, come on, hey. After all, hey. She's gonna learn. Our co-host's gonna learn. Lynn's gonna learn this. Hey, fantastic. Where are you located right now?
Well, the name of our store is Memory Lane Music, because music brings back memories. And we're located at Eastern and Horizon Ridge in Henderson. The actual address is 10720 Southeastern, Suite 130 in Henderson, Nevada, 89052. And we're also online. We have a wonderful website. It's www.memorylanemusic.net.
Wow. That sounds good. Now, I appreciate you coming in there, Michael. So we only have just a little time left. So what I want you to do is maybe play a little something as we go out.
I'll be happy to do that. And remember to call in and put your name in to win the little quick start instrument. Here we go. I'll play what I have on the card here. A Beautiful Ballad, Love Me Tender, a good Elvis song. How's that?
All right.
Here we are.
Thanks again, Michael.
You're welcome.
We're going to put that address on the screen. Thanks for coming in. Bye-bye, folks. We'll be back. Stay tuned.
We're back. She's throwing all these new cues at us. It's like, what did that
goes,
mean?
bump,
I
bump,
thought she was just
bump,
being
bump.
kind of like a rack
Right.
pack, like the rack pack. Hey, baby, got your number, baby. Got the number. Anyway, wow, Al, even you learned how to play that thing,
Yes,
and
yes.
we're talking in that short 10-minute interview.
Oh, yeah.
That was pretty darn good.
Yeah, I can learn
And again, don't forget, you still have a chance to win that little organ that we showed you on the show. And the phone number is on the screen, hopefully, in the interview.
It is.
And you know it is. And get a chance. It would fit right in a motorhome. If you get a chance to play, take it with you on the road. We'll be back after this commercial message. Here we are again. I got that cue now. I got it down. No.
Maybe, just for this time, maybe.
Our next guest, who is the new general manager
Manager.
at the Pahrump Nugget. I think I said Golden Nugget earlier, but it's the Pahrump Nugget. Really cool guy. What'd you think of
Yes,
Richard?
very cool.
Richard Uhouse. He's just wonderful. So we'd like for you to see that interview coming right here.
Fairy tales can come true.
Welcome back to Young at Heart. Our next guest is Richard Uhouse, and he is the new general manager
General manager, yes.
of the Pahrump Nugget here in Pahrump. And you've been here for just a short amount of time.
Approximately 9 weeks and loving every bit of it.
Yay, we called him a newbie earlier. They were all newbies once in a while,
Yes,
you know what happens.
Every so often in life you get to do something new, and this is new for me, but Southern Nevada isn't new for me. I know Pahrump very well. I've lived in Southern Nevada for, since the late 1970s.
Oh my.
So I've been out here many, many, many times. And
You were out here when it was the Wild Wild West.
It was the Wild Wild West, and the highway is great. Although this morning was a little difficult, but coming in they were paving. But it's an easy ride for me. I live in Henderson. I'm married and have 2 children. A daughter in high school there.
We're getting his old dossier here, you know. We want to check
Yeah.
this man out if he's going to be representing the Nugget here in Pahrump.
Many people have asked me, do I live in Pahrump?
Right.
But I live in Henderson, and I made a promise to my kids that they would go to one high school. And I'm
You know
a dad.
what?
I'm a dad first.
I did the same thing. We used to live here in Pahrump, and we decided to move our child out to the state of Washington, and he could start 8th grade and segue into the high school there. We almost moved him back here his junior year because of circumstances wanting to come back into the valley, and just couldn't do it. I stayed up there and my husband came down here.
Right.
So totally get it. But this is about you, not me, not
As
Al.
okay.
Let's
About
talk
you.
about Richard. How did
What-
you, yeah,
You're
go
gonna
ahead.
no, you're going to say the same thing I'm going to ask you. Go ahead.
Well, no, you get in
you
here
go.
so you can talk a little, you know, you're
No.
too silent.
Okay, I'm too silent. No. What brought you out here? What out in this area? I should say the western area.
I graduated from college and in the late 1970s, and I'm from Pennsylvania.
That's what I mean.
And it was just the right thing to do, to move west. Back
Go
back
west,
in the,
young man.
Go
Go
west,
west.
young man. In the 70s and the 80s, the West was exploding.
Right.
And I took a Greyhound bus
Oh, wow.
Is that
from
right?
Harrisburg, Pennsylvania to Las Vegas, Nevada.
Now,
Via
so then
Fargo, North Dakota,
Oh
by
my
the way.
goodness! So did you go into college to work into the, what would they call this?
Gaming.
Not the gaming business,
Gaming,
or is this from the ground up that you?
No, I have a degree in criminology, believe it or not.
Oh wow! So if we ever have any mysteries at the studio, we can come to you like.
Oh, that was a
Who
long.
ran over the cable of the monitor this morning?
That was a long time ago. I got into the gaming industry. I started with the Nevada Gaming Control Board. I was a gaming agent in the early 1980s, and I ended up going into the gaming industry itself in 1988. I went to work for Harrah's at the old Holiday Casino, Holiday Inn
Oh my! Yeah. I
on Las
remember
Vegas
that.
Boulevard.
I still have pictures and hats from the holiday.
Wow.
And letting you know how old I am. Ooh.
No, it's not that old.
We're probably not that far apart.
You two speak for yourself. I'm not getting in this conversation at all.
Go ahead, sir. I'm sorry.
And I worked for the gaming board for about six and a half years, and worked my way into the gaming industry. And I started at the bottom and worked my way up.
Wow.
And I learned a lot of lessons along the way. The biggest lesson I learned is you never stop learning.
Right, absolutely. So from Harrah's to out here, what was the draw to bring you out to the Nugget?
I went from Harrah's to Tropicana,
Oh, okay.
and a little bit with Wyndham. I worked in Puerto Rico for a while.
Ooh la la.
What brought me out here? I had moved back to southern Nevada. I had done some time in the South in Louisiana and Mississippi, and we always maintained a residence in Las Vegas, and we wanted to come home. And southern Nevada was our home. It's where I got married. It's where our
So
children
you're
were
just
born.
saying this was the only job available to you?
No. I had been back here. I had been back here a while, and I had been working for Tropicana. Honestly, I was part of the economic downturn. I lost my job,
Oh.
and I did. You know what? At first, I said, "Oh my God, what am I going to do?" But wow, I had fun. I got to know my family better again. I got
That's
to do
great.
those things that this industry takes away from you.
Yeah, it does.
You know, we work.
Put a lot of hours.
We work when everybody else plays. That's the nature of what we do.
Right.
So at first I was shocked, but then it was wow, take advantage of this. And I did some consulting work. I spent some time doing chores around the house, and then this opportunity came.
Honey-do list.
Honeydews. This opportunity came along. I wanted to work for a smaller company.
Gotcha.
And when I met Mr. Blake Sartini, the owner of Golden Gaming, he was a breath of fresh air.
Wow, that's
He is an
amazing.
awesome guy. He believes in the same core values that I believe in, and that is great food, great service, run a clean property, and build upon the things you do well. And to me, it was a natural fit.
Well, you kind of answered the next question. I was going to ask you, okay, now that you're here at the Nugget, what are you going to do for the Nugget to bring it forward, you know, and make it appealing to everybody in the Valley and outside also?
You know, the Nugget is a successful business, a successful property. So the first thing I'm going to do is not mess with it. You know, you don't mess with
Good
something
thing.
that works.
Right.
You build upon what works,
Right.
and try to take advantage of that. You know, and I've been here for 9 weeks, and I've really spent a lot of time watching, looking, and listening.
You're a smart man.
Yeah.
Very smart man.
Been around the block, and I'll tell you what I see. Great food. A very, very modern and clean property. Employees that very much care about the business. You know, I can tell stories of little things. We were talking earlier, it's the little things that make a difference. There are relationships with the customers.
Yeah.
And when I talk about relationships, by asking them, you know, one of our team members, who is that over there? They know
who it
names.
is.
Oh,
Right.
that's
And to me, that's a wonderful thing. And I think that's going to be my challenge, is in time to get to know everybody just as well as my teammates.
Right. Before the time runs out, I want you to also tell us what's going on here so that people will know.
'tis the season, you know, of
activities.
events coming up.
I brought my cheat sheet.
That's fine. We don't mind that. We just fly by the cuff of our
This is
pants.
December. This is the holiday season. I think we're going to work backwards. New Year's Eve.
Okay.
That whole weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we have the All-Star Swing Band up on stage.
Did
Very-
Costello will be playing saxophone for that one?
Yep. Very lively entertainment. We have specials in the Garden Harvest Cafe on Christmas Day, just like we did on Thanksgiving. The buffet will have some specials, and then of course the steakhouse will always have some great food. Out in the casino, we have many things going. We have an ornament giveaway starting at 10 a.m. on the 14th. We have a Christmas tree decoration contest.
Oh, fun.
Bring in an ornament, and
That sounds like fun.
on Friday the 17th, we're going to pick 10 lucky winners, give each one $25 in cash.
So just bring one ornament?
One ornament, and we're going to have a contest as to who makes the nicest ornament. So
I'm like, but you put one ornament on a tree. How can you?
we're going to select the 10
contest
best.
on the tree with one ornament.
No, we're going to select
it's
the 10
ornament.
best. And that's been a tradition here, so we want to continue with that.
Oh, good.
And then,
See,
of course,
you're keeping the good
you know,
traditions. Don't mess with the good things.
you know, we have our gaming specials on New Year's Eve. We're going to give away $10,000.
Oh, wow.
Starting with $500, ending with $2,500. We're going to do it about every hour or so. $2,500 giveaway at 12:15 at night. Somebody's going to start the New Year's off very well.
Absolutely.
We have hot seat drawings.
Okay, we got a minute here.
Okay, we have a cash grab, and of course we have fun.
Of course you have fun, and it just sounds like you got a good grip on what this, community needs here. Keep people coming back, and it's a great start. And of course, we'll keep coming back.
That's right. And folks should not forget the poker room.
Oh yeah, well, you know what? I know one person that won't forget the poker room. That's my husband.
Right.
He knows the staff there very well. Anyway, we appreciate you, Richard, coming on board.
Thank you.
And also taking the time out to speak with myself and Al. And it's been a pleasure to meet you. And now that we know you,
Please stop in anytime.
I'm a singer.
You're a singer, okay.
And a good one, too.
Okay.
And we will be back.
Welcome back.
Really nice guy.
Yes.
He
very
was
nice.
great.
Yes,
And of course, I mispronounced his name, but I'm known for that.
I'm going to take him over there. He's gonna get
Uhas.
you.
It's Uhas.
That's right.
It's Richard Uhas.
I'm going to take you over there. He's going to get you.
But he lets me call him Rick now, so I
He
guess
does?
we're friends.
Oh,
so
very good.
If you see this interview,
Yeah.
Rick,
He knows.
we'll be back after this commercial message. Holy night.
Holy night, all is
Are we on?
Yeah. Why did you do that?
Oh, because
I was trying to do that. I was trying to let the folks know that you and I.
More eggnog.
Yes.
Hey, we should do what Kathy Lee does. They have a wine Friday. I
They
think
do?
It's Friday. The Friday wine. Or
Hey,
the
that
wine
sounds
Friday.
good. Okay.
I think we need the eggnog. Bring it on, Jeff. Come on, bring it on.
Come on, eggnog,
Oh, that's
Jeff,
why. I
eggnog.
don't know. Are you old enough to serve, Jeff? Probably
Yes,
not.
he is.
Yeah,
He's
he
old
is.
enough to
Oh,
serve.
he's-
Sure, he can do
call
that.
the wine.
Definitely.
That's true.
All
We
right,
could
Jeff,
call
that'll
the
be
wine.
eggnog for us.
You know
Definitely.
what?
And
Christmas
probably,
is coming up, and I do love a good holiday celebration now and then. So I
Yes.
think we should surround ourselves by friends and everybody here at the station, and
Yeah.
and maybe do a toast on our. Do
We
we have
could
a
do
show
that.
coming right up before Christmas? I
I
think.
think we do, yeah.
Yeah.
We could do a toast there, with, the eggnog. And
Absolutely.
with the holly and things like that.
Absolutely.
And it will be great.
Yes,
it
it
would
will.
be wonderful. Yes.
Yeah, because I'm now just starting to get into the mood. I think taking that beautiful walk through
Yeah.
the woods of Mount Charleston with Woody.
Yeah, that was great.
And that was on a slow horse.
Slow horse.
We were out, yeah, we were actually, didn't you see us moving?
That's right.
Slow.
And you were saying, deck the halls.
Right.
I don't think I decked the halls.
Deck the
Did I deck the halls? No.
No.
I think I let it snow.
Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. I have the deep voice.
Yes, you do.
I do.
Yeah, you
Me,
need
me,
to stay
me,
with the.
me.
This is the Al Jones Show, ladies and gentlemen. It's a spin-off of the Young at Heart. I'd like to introduce our leading player.
Welcome, folks. I'm very happy to be here, and may I say that my co-host here, the lovely co-host here, the fantastic, the beautiful, the songstress. Is that how you say that?
I have no clue. Is that how you say
Yes,
it?
songstress is
Songstress?
There's not a T on the end of it, though.
No.
It isn't?
He's saying.
I just said fast.
Mrs. Provenzi will be here next week.
Oh my goodness
next
gracious!
week.
Thank you, Pat. We get so caught up in our own
We do.
ego, we forget about the lovely guests that we have coming next week. If you recall, we had Flo Provenza on our show, and she's like a historian of everything that is happening in our valley in Pahrump, as well as Las Vegas over the last 50 years, which I find fascinating.
And she's an artist.
We know she's an artist. Yes, she is. And we're hoping that she'll bring one of her paintings or two with us, because I'd love for her
That'd
to
be
do
nice.
that.
Yes.
So she will be back on the show along with
Many more.
Many more. Only because we don't know. We can't read past
Christmas
script.
flowers.
Christmas flowers. How to
and things like that.
deflower something.
Toys for tots.
And toys for
tots. That was your gig. You should
I
remember
know.
that.
Well, sometimes.
So toys for tots, deflowering flowers for the holidays, whatever that means. And of course, Flo Provenza. And Al and myself will be back, and we just love this show. We love you.
We do.
So have a great weekend. See you later.
Bye.
Join Lynn and Al next week for another entertaining and informative hour of Young at Heart. Have a good day.
Fairy tales can come true. It can happen to you if you're young at heart.